Niall Ferguson, Civilization, The 6 Ideas That Created the Modern World. Embark on an illuminating exploration of the underlying roots of Western civilization's prosperity and global dominance in Niall Ferguson's Civilization, The 6 Ideas That Created the Modern World. Dive into the 6 institutional developments or killer applications responsible for setting the West apart from the rest of the world. The book delves into topics such as rational scientific thinking, the spirit of competition, property rights, medicine, work ethic, and consumer society, all of which had far-reaching and powerful influences on the development of human society, and which other civilizations did not possess.
Six killer apps of Western power. In contrast to the simplistic concept of imperialism, the true reason behind the West's global dominance lies in the development of 6 institutional innovations. These critical advancements, or killer apps, include rational scientific thinking, the spirit of competition, property rights, medicine, work ethic, and consumer society. Each of these apps emerged in different areas at various times within Western civilization and collectively contributed to the establishment of significant human ideals such as democracy, political freedom, and capitalism. While some negative developments also emerged, such as mechanized warfare and the slave trade, it was these 6 killer apps that propelled the West ahead and left the rest of the world lagging. Competitiveness drives progress. Europe's fragmented landscape historically led to frequent conflict between numerous states. While life in war-ridden areas was undeniably harsh, these constant battles spurred the development of future Western dominance. The competitive nature of the states resulted in technological advancements in military weaponry and the creation of critical capitalist financial institutions such as bond markets, public companies, and banks. Additionally, this competitive spirit was present in various social groups vying for power and influence, leading to European exploration and expansion worldwide. The exploitation of newfound resources and subjugation of societies abroad fueled the growth and progress of European nations. In contrast, China's strictly hierarchical society lacked external competition due to its centralized structure. This absence of social mobility and incentive for overseas expansion left China stagnant and inefficient, ultimately missing out on the spirit of competition that birthed Western capitalism and power. Sparking the scientific revolution. In the 17th century, Europe underwent a scientific revolution bringing about disciplines such as biology, mathematics, and astronomy. This progression was fueled by the Reformation, a religious movement that led to increased literacy and the widespread use of the printing press for sharing ideas. Rulers like Prussia's Frederick the Great recognized the potential of embracing new concepts and applied them to build liberal societies based on rational thought. He also implemented these theories in warfare, leading to the creation of a powerful military force. Meanwhile, other civilizations encountered obstacles, such as religious oppression, which stifled scientific thinking and the spread of information. The decline of the Islamic Ottoman Empire serves as a prime example of the crucial advantage that the embrace of scientific principles gave to Western societies. Foundations of democratic power. The Americas witnessed a historical experiment as 2 contrasting Western political models emerged during European colonization, the British system in North America and the Spanish system in South and Central America. The British colonies distributed land among settlers, even to those who were impoverished. With land ownership came voting rights, fostering the development of a representative government as inspired by John Locke. This arrangement allowed for amicable dispute resolution and the establishment of the rule of law. The culture of private property rights and constitutional government eventually led to the formation of the United States Constitution. In contrast, Spanish America lacked this structure. The Crown maintained ownership of land, leaving governance to a select elite. Colonial populations, primarily composed of natives, were denied land and political power despite their economic importance. Post-independence, these nations lacked the democratic traditions that flourished in the North, descending into dictatorship, civil war, and turmoil. The definitive success of the British model demonstrated that representative governments based on property rights and the rule of law were the driving force behind Western civilization's progression, providing the backbone for strong, resilient societies. Medicine's role in Western expansion. Life used to be harsh before modern medicine, with low life expectancy, rampant diseases, and appalling sanitation. However, in the 18th century Europe, life expectancy began to rise due to improved public health, sanitation, and vaccinations. When Western nations expanded their colonies, particularly in Africa, they faced new health challenges like malaria. These colonies turned into giant laboratories, allowing Western doctors to find cures for tropical diseases and enabling further expansion. As a result, modern medicine became a prominent factor in the West's growth. Medical advances not only benefited Western colonists but also extended life expectancy for native populations across the colonies. Despite some criticisms, European empires positively influenced many of their territories, spreading modern medicine and boosting global life expectancy. Power of consumer society. The Industrial Revolution sparked from Britain's 18th-century textile industry advances, with technology helping to maintain profitable production. Productivity skyrocketed, and the cost of cotton goods dramatically decreased. This led not only to an increase in textile demand but also to the rise of the consumer society, where people sought after affordable goods. As a result, this cycle fueled factory growth, better wages, and increased employment, ultimately elevating the Western world's living standards. The consumer society's power was further exemplified by the Soviet Union's failure to cater to its citizens' consumer demands, while focusing on heavy industries and military hardware. Consequently, living standards stagnated and productivity suffered, emphasizing the importance of consumerism in societal development. The power of Protestant work ethic. The Protestant Reformation that began in 15th-century Europe was a significant driver of Western civilization's growth and prosperity. Due to the strong emphasis on values such as knowledge, literacy, thrift, and hard work, Protestant nations experienced faster development than their Catholic counterparts. These values cultivated an environment of trust, honesty, and economic growth, ultimately leading to other significant developments, like the Industrial Revolution. In contrast, other religions, such as Confucianism in China, promoted a stability ethic, prioritizing societal equilibrium over expansion. This difference contributed to Western societies moving forward while the Chinese society stagnated. Intriguingly, more recent growth in the Chinese economy has been accompanied by the growth of Protestantism, reinforcing the connection between the Protestant work ethic and socio-economic progress. Westernization, triumphs and pitfalls. Throughout history, countless societies have attempted to grasp the secrets of Western success, striving to incorporate Western society's killer applications into their own cultures. Japan was the pioneer in the late 19th century, undertaking drastic societal transformations and embracing numerous Western elements, such as fashion and industrial development. Later, Southeast Asian nations replicated the Western industrial model, and Turkey, discarding its traditional Islamic state, chose the scientific rationality of Western nation-states. However, not all adaptations yield positive results, as these nations often struggle to determine the successful elements of Western civilization. Japan, for example, unintentionally adopted the disastrous aspects of Western imperialism, leaving a brutal legacy that ended in 1945. Despite these challenges, nations persist in rejecting their own customs to incorporate the elements that enabled the West's growth, bearing mixed outcomes. Rekindling Western self-confidence. The West's once unrivaled prosperity and power have waned due to various economic challenges and a forgetting of the core values that sparked its success. Financial crises, mounting debt, and diminishing confidence plague Western economies, while Asia, particularly China, enjoys tremendous growth. Westerners have seemingly abandoned the work ethic and frugality that once fueled their economic triumphs. Furthermore, a dangerous loss of self-confidence has emerged due to a shift in teaching and cultural focus, often prioritizing relativism and the celebration of other civilizations. Despite these setbacks, hope persists as Western values continue to thrive in the rise of other global players. By reflecting upon and reviving these killer applications, the West can harness a brighter future.
As we reach the end of a civilization, the 6 ideas that created the modern world, it becomes evident that Western civilization was able to achieve unparalleled progress and global dominance due to the 6 killer applications that set it apart. Although the future of Western dominance may seem uncertain due to certain trends and a decline in work ethic, it is undeniable that many other societies have successfully incorporated these essential elements into their own cultures and institutions, demonstrating the lasting impact of the ideas that shaped the modern world.